Hey, welcome to the Desert Life. I am Renee, the realtor. It is always good seeing you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today's video, it's going to be a market update. I'm going to give my 2 cents on 2022 projections. Now, some people are using the word predictions. I really don't like using that word because we can't predict the future. So I'm going to say projection, okay? So before we get into all that good stuff and also are looking at our numbers for this week, please do me a favor and click the subscribe button. Please give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and please share this channel with your family and friends. I know some of you have been sharing this channel. I really appreciate that, and leaving comments, I appreciate that as well. So please continue to share this channel with your family and friends. I really appreciate your support. So let's talk about 2022 projections, okay? So let's talk about the facts first. What do we know? We know that inflation is here to stay, right? And I think that it's going to be here for a while. I mean, we're like around 6% inflation rate, which is insane. Interest rates have gone up, and I project that they will continue to rise. Now, those two things combined, inflation rate and the interest rates going up, those two things combined is affecting our buying power. Things are just more expensive. And so I believe that this will cause the market to stabilize. We're kind of seeing it stabilize now. It's December. Active listings are down around like 6% from last month. That does not include those listings that are under contract. And our pending listings are down about 5% from last month. Now, if you're not sure what pending means, a listing that's in pending status means that it's under contract, it's in escrow, but it has yet to close. So that's what our pending listings are. So that's down by 5% from last month. So it's December. Like, we only have like 3 weeks left of this year. It's crazy. I can't believe how fast time is flying. But we only have like 3 weeks left in December. This time of the year is usually slow. I mean, quite honestly, it's a little boring as far as like real estate goes. Now, it is the holidays, so I love this time of the year as far as holidays goes. I know some of you are really enjoying this time of the year as well because of the holidays. You get to spend time with your family, unlike last year because of the pandemic. That was impossible for some of us. So I'm not talking about the holidays. I'm just talking about as far as real estate goes. It's kind of boring. Like, the excitement kind of goes away, kind of fizzles. So it is slowing down. And with the interest rates going up, and they have risen over the past few weeks, this is going to slow down buying. And so I project that the market is going to stabilize. I don't believe that it's going to crash. But I do believe that it's going to stabilize. We're going to see less demand. I believe that we're going to see an increase of supply. Now, Phoenix is a hot market. It's still affordable. The weather is beautiful. Like, yesterday was like around 70 degrees. Like, it was cold to me. Don't talk about me. But it was a little chilly to me. But it was like around 70 degrees. Our high was 70 degrees yesterday on Friday. So it is a beautiful city. The weather's great. And so it's still a hot market. And so I believe that demand will still continue to be there in the Phoenix market. I just think that it's going to stabilize. Look, so if you were on the market, if you were trying to buy a home this year or even in 2020, then you know firsthand how crazy it was. I mean, bidding wars, getting outbidded, homes being closing way over asking price. It was just a crazy market. So I think that it's going to slow down a lot. That's what I project. So let's take a look at this chart, and I've shown you this chart before. This is our demand index and the Cromford supply index. So what I have in the green is kind of where we are now. So the red line represents the demand index, and the blue line represents the supply index. Okay, so you can see that demand is still much higher than supply. And we've been low on supply. If you look here, for quite some time. Definitely this year and last year we've been low on supply. Now, what I have highlighted here in the yellow, or circled in the yellow, that's where we see a balanced market where supply and demand are, they meet, okay? So that's more of a balanced market. You can see that we're way off balance here, okay? And we're gonna talk about these numbers. As a matter of fact, let's just talk about it right now. So the demand, you can't see it on here, but I'm gonna tell you the demand index is 122.9 and the supply index is 34. So demand is still outpacing supply. And I believe that this will continue to happen. We may see an increase in supply. I think when we get around January, we can get a better idea of what the supply, our supply inventory is going to look like. But I do project that demand will still outpace supply. And even if we get an increase of inventory, which I believe will happen, I don't think that will catch up because it's so low. You remember I talk about the supply index. If it's around 100, that means supply is as normal as possible. We're at around 34, so we have a lot of catching up to do. But this is still good for buyers. I mean, we'll have a little bit more supply on the market. I believe we won't see as many bidding wars in 2022 because of interest rates the interest rates are going to increase, and so we're going to see less buyers on the market. So like I said, Phoenix is a strong market. So my advice for buyers, if you are looking to buy sometime in 2022, please make sure that you save. Okay, save for your down payment, save for your closing costs, save for emergencies. Just make sure that you have enough, and please stay within your budget. Still stay within your budget, okay? You do not want to be house poor. If you get your house, you want to be able to keep it. So just make sure that you have enough money saved, okay, and to cover all of your expenses. If you are a seller and you plan on selling in next year in 2022, my advice would be, I recommend, especially if you are considering maybe remodeling or fixing up your house, maybe getting some repairs done, I would try to get those done as soon as you possibly can. We all know that there is a supply shortage, excuse me, and then there's also a labor shortage as well. So you have to consider that. So it may take you longer to get the repairs done or to get your house upgraded the way that you want to, if that's the route that you're deciding or wanting to take in 2022. So just to give you an example, we were thinking about getting our kitchen cabinets painted before Thanksgiving, and the painter, he was booked out until January. and we're even seeing that with plumbers. We had a few plumbing issues, and this was a few months ago, and the plumber, he was booked out for like a month, you know. So just consider that if you're selling and you're maybe want to make some repairs or some updates, just make sure you plan accordingly. Okay, so let's take a look at our numbers for this week. Our monthly median sales price as of December 9th, our monthly median sales price was $432,000. In November, it was $425,000. So we do see an increase there. That is for all dwellings and for the greater metropolitan Phoenix area. Now, when we look at that number just for single family homes, the monthly median sales price, again, as of December 9th, was $460,000. In November, it was $450,000. So we do see an increase there. So we are still seeing our prices increase. I believe that this will continue in 2022. The rate of appreciation, I believe, will slow down. And so it will give buyers a little bit more opportunities. Definitely not like it was this year and in 2020. So we are going to see a slowdown in the market. Those are my projections. So last but not least, let's talk about the Cromford Market Index, which we always end our weekly market update with. So as of December 10th, the Cromford Market Index was 371. Now, this is up from last month. It was 349.6. So we have seen an increase in demand. Sellers, it is still a seller's market. And again, like I said earlier, I project that it will still be a seller's market. Demand will still be there. It may not be as much of it as a demand as we've seen this year and in 2020 due to the interest rates increasing, but it will still be a seller's market, and that's what I project. Now, we also usually talk about supply and demand index, but we've already talked about that, so I will not repeat myself, okay? As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I appreciate your support. We'll see you next time.